Hey y'all, I'm Cammie.
And I'm Cameron.
And this is a Cam Squared podcast, a podcast where we talk about comic book movies, pop culture, and whatever else we want to talk about.
Yeah, today we're going to start off with Captain Marvel. Yeah, I'd been looking forward to this one. I was a little concerned it might be like a too heavy-handed like on the feminism stuff, but it wasn't, which was good.
I mean, one annoying thing about it was before the movie, all they were playing were like Army ads and like Air Force ads, and I was just like, stop.
So many Air Force ads.
Like back to back to back for like 30 minutes because we showed up pretty early for it.
Yeah, and there was like women in the Air Force ads too. Like the one they kept showing was like some blonde lady. And it was like they're playing on the fact that you could be like Captain Marvel. I'm like, nah, player.
Yeah.
I'm not getting shot out the sky.
Yeah, but the movie itself was very good. I liked it.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah. I like her. I like Carol.
You like Carol?
She's a badass.
Yeah.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
I say that in my head so often now.
I say that a lot too.
Yeah.
That's my new mom.
So I guess we could do like best and worst things about this movie to us.
Okay.
So my favorite thing was the Skrulls. I thought they were a really cool villain in concept. Yeah, like the shape-shifting thing, like, ooh, who's who? And like the way they figure out that they're not the actual person is that they like subtly drop say something, and then the Skrull doesn't know the answer, but it's all like weird, like espionage-y. And I like that whenever they die or whatever, they return to Skrull form. So, like, Nick thought that one guy was Coulson, but then he, like, was like, fuck. And so he just, like, ran into a bus, and then he died. It was a green alien, and he was like, what is going on?
He just covered it with the jacket.
He was like, geez.
Yeah, I really like the Skrulls, too. I know you like them as villains, but I quite like that they are actually good guys. Another one of the things I really liked about the movie was that one chase scene at the end. I was telling Cameron, like, it was very, like, Star Wars-esque. Like, even, like, the soundtrack they had going to it was, like, very Star Wars.
She means the chase scene in the spaceship.
Yeah.
With the Skrulls in one thing, and then freaking Jude Law and his buddies were...
And Gemma Chan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That chase scene through the canyons and stuff was very Star Wars-esque, and I love Star Wars, so
yeah,
I like that.
If you close your eyes, like, you could have thought you were watching Star Wars. But, yeah. I like the Skrulls presented an interesting problem, like, as a villain, because it's like, okay, what would you do if you didn't know who was who and, like, what was what? But then they don't really answer that problem, because it turns out the Skrulls are good guys, so it's kind of like... But, you know, still cool. I like the twist thing where Carol had actually been kidnapped by the Kree and they were, like, using her as a weapon, and the Kree were a bunch of genocidal maniacs. I was like, okay. Like, it was all pretty good.
Also, the Tesseract is the source of Carol's power. What?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
The Tesseract, she made it to use that engine. Yeah, okay. And she blew it up. And then it didn't incinerate her for some reason.
Ooh, I like the part where she was in what's the Supreme Intelligence thing? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
When at the end, well, when they had took away her powers and like they had put her in there, and then they were like, you're only human, like we made the best of you, and then it had like all the clips of her like falling throughout the years and getting back up, and she was like, yeah, you're right, I am only human, and then like with all her powers just freaking
I am only human, but with amazing fire powers. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was really cute. I liked it. I really liked it. I didn't understand the tweets that I was seeing. Like, it was lackluster. Blah, blah. Like, there was nothing lackluster about it.
Yeah,
I went to see it twice as well, so.
Oh, man. I wanted to see it again, but time, money, circumstances.
Yeah.
But,
so, I enjoyed it equally both times, if not more, the second time. Also, Goose.
Goose, the cat was cool.
Part of me is hoping Goose is still alive so he can eat Thanos, yeah? That's my theory of how Endgame is gonna go.
The cat just walks away, and they never see it again, and Nick Fury is like, oh, we just let a really dangerous thing
loose.
Oops.
Really dangerous pork can lose. Ooh, also, the Avengers clip at the post-credit scene. Would you like to talk about that?
We gotta talk about bad things in the movie.
Oh, before we get to that bad thing. Well, I mean, that was a bad thing in the movie because it pissed me off more. Because I just want that movie to come out, and I don't need these clips. I just need the movie. Especially when every time they release clips, they keep telling me it's the first 15 minutes of the movie. I don't need that. Just show me the whole movie. Anyways, but some actual bad things.
My main problem was like whenever she gets all her powers at the end. I don't know, it seems like she does like a lot of guessing about her abilities. So it's like she falls out the sky or the plane or something, and then she kind of is like assumes she can fly, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like you think you can fly, so she like tries it or whatever. She can fly, but then she's like stopping missiles in midair, and I'm like, how'd you know you could do that? And then she goes from like the Earth's surface to outer space in like 3 seconds. So I'm like, if she bleeds in any other movie or even gets like remotely hurt, like no,
it won't make sense.
It won't make any sense.
Also, she can move at light speed.
Yeah, she can just fly outside in space next to a spaceship at light speed. And I'm like, okay. It's like she's not more powerful than Thor, but like whenever you meet Thor, he's like, I'm a god, so I can do whatever. And she's just like, I don't know what my powers are. Just kidding, they're everything. So
a humble brag. Her humbleness is her flex.
So yeah. So that was my main thing. It was like, okay, what are the limits of her powers? How did she like know that there weren't really any limits? But yeah.
I didn't really actually have anything bad about the movie, but I would have loved to have her come in sooner. I'm like, why is it taking this long for Nick Fury to give her a call? I think she could have been used in the attack on New York. But.
Well, the idea is that she has been like fighting off in space, like for various people, because Earth has the Avengers, but like other planets don't have the Avengers, so she's just been going around.
So now that Thanos affects the whole galaxy, it's like,
yeah, right. I guess she's like, maybe I should.
I guess so, but like, I like her, so I would have loved to have seen her sooner, but I can't wait to see what the future holds for her. And also, I guess she doesn't age, because she's not like a day over whatever her age was in Captain Marvel in the Avengers clip, and it's been like 30 years.
Yeah. I have a note about the time period. I think it would have been really cool if you didn't know it was set in the 90s, and it was like the trailers would have just been like some like weird space stuff and some Earth stuff where it's like kind of just a desert and you don't really know like what time it was. Like you don't have a reason to assume it's not now, and then you don't
until the blockbuster like crashing scene.
You want to let me explain this thing?
Sorry.
And then, okay, so the movie starts, it's just a bunch of space stuff, and you're like, okay, cool, whatever. And then she lands on Earth, she goes through a building, and then it pans down and it's Blockbuster. And then you'd be like, whoa, what the hell? And then she goes out, and she asks for communication, like, materials, and then guy points to a Radio Shack. I think people would have lost their minds. I would have thought it was cool.
People still thought that was really cool, like, during the movie, like,
yeah.
I remember people were like, LOL, Radio Shack and Blockbuster.
Yeah, but, like, imagine if you hadn't known it was the 90s, you would have been like, ah, shit, and then you also would have been like, oh, maybe that's where she was, kind of. I don't know. I just thought it would have been, whatever.
It had the same effect for me.
My dad thought it would have been cool, so there's that.
Also, I like how at the beginning of the movie they changed the Marvel thing to all pictures of Stan Lee.
Oh yeah.
There was a ovation. It wasn't really a standing ovation, but a lot of clapping at the beginning of the movie for that.
Yeah.
And also for his cameo. That was very cute. Yeah, I'm very sad that Stan Lee died, but whatever.
I'm not really that sad because, I don't know, he was 95 years old. I feel like he was like...
He was invincible in my head, so...
Like, he was chilling you know?
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't like... It wasn't like a...
Health problem.
Yeah, it wasn't like a Carrie Fisher situation.
Mm-hmm. She wasn't that old.
I know, I'm saying, like, it's like he was old,
yeah,
he was successful.
He lived a good life, yeah.
Carrie Fisher was like out of nowhere health complications. But like,
I'm very upset about that still as well, especially since she died the day after I saw Rogue One. And while I was watching Rogue One, I was like, man, I really hope Carrie Fisher's gonna be okay. And then the next day I woke up and they were like, Carrie Fisher died. I was like, no, take my heart.
Take my heart. Oh, also, Carol Danvers is not on fire. She doesn't catch on fire. I thought it was fire, but it doesn't burn anything, so I guess it's not fire. So yeah, there's that. Yeah.
I think I'm in love with Brie Larson. She's kind of hot.
Did you watch her Wired interview?
Yes. I don't see that.
It didn't seem like she was a bitch. It's like, I understand, like, you want your privacy and everything. But I don't know, maybe don't do, like, a Wired interview. A Google search interview if you're gonna be that bothered that people are Googling you.
Mm.
Anyway, you think she's hot? My sister thinks she's ugly.
Really? I don't know. I'm attracted to powerful women, despite their looks, maybe. But also, I'm a sucker for, like, blonde hair and, like, dark-eyed people.
Like, you know, some people's eyes are like the same color as their hair.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's kind of a her situation. I mean, like, not really.
She has blonde hair.
She has blonde hair. So, like, if you got her natural hair color, it'd be the same color as her eyes. Anyway.
Well, I like her hair.
You want to talk about Us?
Not really. JK.
Let's do, you want to do pros and cons? Like, good.
That movie hurt my brain.
Good and bad again?
Yeah, that movie hurt my brain initially.
Well, first of all, what do you think the movie was about? Spoilers, because, you know, whatever. Like class
in the U.S.
Okay, yeah. I think it was also about socioeconomic inequality.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Okay, what do you think are some good things about this movie?
I mean, it was a good movie, interesting concept, nice execution, but, like, the end, it makes you think, okay? Like, you're not just gonna walk in, watch the movie, and be like, okay, that all made sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, after the movie's over, you're gonna think about it. Like, I've been thinking about it since we saw it. Like,
Literally.
I will probably never stop thinking about it.
The day I woke up thinking about it, the day after we saw it.
I went to bed thinking about it. Like, I watched a, like, theory video. I was like, explain the end, please. I'm confusion. Like, me and Twitter were, like, just trying to figure out this movie. I got a bit of closure, though, I suppose.
Yeah.
But not really.
So, I thought it was entertaining, and it was pretty creepy. So, like, that was effective. Yeah, but the more you think about the movie, the less sense it makes. Yeah. Which I don't like. Because, like, the main issue that I have is that, like, tethered or whatever. So, like, this is what happens. Basically, every, like, person in America has a weird clone person living underground, like, physically underground, whatever, that just mirrors their movements, and then they decide to revolt, and so they come to the surface and just start, like, killing their, like, doubles or whatever, because they also want a good life. And I think Jordan Peele messed up by having maybe, like, a physical place in the real world, because it's like, you're like, okay, well, if they're down there, why didn't they just leave?
Yeah, especially, like, young Adelaide. After she was, like, handcuffed to the bed, like, how did she get out of those handcuffs? And when she did, why didn't she come back up? Like,
yeah. And it's like, if they have free will, why didn't you just leave? Yeah. And also, like, at the beginning, they make it seem like the, like, answer to all this mystery is going to be supernatural in nature, because there's a storm whenever she goes into the maze thing and gets replaced by her shadow double. And then they, like, take Jeremiah 11:11, like, this guy has a sign. And then what else is weird? Like, whenever Adelaide is a grown-up and they go to the beach, the guy throws a frisbee and it lands perfectly on a circle. And you're like, okay. But then in the end, it's like, no, it's just clones. So it's like, why?
It's just a failed human experiment.
Yeah, so it's like, why are there all these weird, like, spiritual coincidency things if the answer is just clones? Yeah.
There was a lot of, like, symbols. There was a lot of, like, interesting details put into it, though.
Yeah, it was certainly interesting. Like, it's worth watching, even if the ending is confusing. And it's like, you get the main point. Like, you get what he's trying to say. Like, ooh, inequality in America.
If you want to get crazy, we can get crazy and talk about us together, because our brains will explode.
Also, Winston Duke is really attractive. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Also, it doesn't look like his name should be Winston.
It really doesn't.
He also doesn't look like his name should be Gabe, which is Gabe
also
in the
their
movie.
names in the movies were very not fitting.
Yeah, Lupita Nyong'o does not look like her freaking name should be Adelaide. Who decided that was okay? And the little boy's name is Jason. And I'm like, okay.
Maybe that has something to do with him, like, always wearing the mask, like Jason Voorhees. I don't know.
Maybe.
That might be
it might have been, yeah. Okay. Still, Jason.
Also, Cameron doesn't agree with this, but there's a theory that Jason also got switched, but like the previous summer before, which I believe, but like she doesn't. But like,
I don't think it makes sense, because when did he get switched? Because they didn't go to the beach. How did she not notice? Because it took her a while to learn to talk, so she would have been like, Jason's not talking. What's going on?
But I think it was like the one downstairs taught the son how to talk.
But then why, okay, so if the one with the burnt up face was actually the real Jason, why couldn't he talk anymore? And why was he acting like a weird dog? He's only been down there for a year.
Maybe his burn affect his vocal.
His whole brain, though, he was literally crawling on the ground like a dog. You wouldn't forget how to act normal after 1 year.
Obviously, Adelaide did, because she forgot she could just walk up the stairs. And she decided to stay down there for years and plan on revolt with other people who can't even talk. I'd have been like, fuck wrong with y'all? And then left. Like, obviously something wrong with all of them. But anyway.
Yeah, I just didn't see the logistics of his switching. Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. But like, there was also like just little subtle things that are like, okay, something's off with the kid too.
I thought he was just a weird ass kid.
That's what Jordan Peele wants you to think.
Because
the weirdest thing though was that he was calling a lighter a magic trick.
That's what that was?
Yeah, it was just a lighter.
I didn't really understand what the magic trick. I didn't know what he was talking about. I thought I wasn't seeing it right or something.
Yeah, no, it was just a lighter.
That's weird. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And kiss my anus, like, okay.
But
kid.
that's
okay,
not as weird as a dog kid.
And also snapping off beat. I got 5 on it. I was like, I said, where's the beat that they're on?
Where is it?
I was sitting there in the movie like, I am confused. But yeah.
Yeah. You know, believe whatever theories you want except for that one. Because that makes no sense.
Listen, if you agree with me, hit me up and let's talk about it. Also, like, where'd they get all those scissors from? Where'd they get those outfits from? Nothing makes sense anymore. You know what? Let's move on. So there has been a lot of trailers that dropped this month. So I guess we will start with Game of Thrones.
It doesn't really show much. I mean, everything is pretty much where you would expect it to be. Like, Daenerys is in Winterfell. The Night King is through the wall. The Army of the Dead is marching south. Yes.
Yeah.
Dragons in Winterfell is cool. I think Daenerys and Jon should stop dating because that's weird and disturbing, and I don't understand why they wrote that into the script.
I still shit, but it's okay. They're cute. They're both attractive people.
They're aunt and
okay, but they weren't raised together.
They're aunt and nephew, though.
I don't care.
That's not.
If
how
it was real
works.
life, I'd have a problem. But it's a TV show, so let attractive people mate with other attractive people.
It's a TV show where there are rules.
Okay,
incest is bad in this universe.
In this universe?
Yes, as indicated by Jaime and Cersei having crazy ass Joffrey as a kid. And all the Targaryens, they were all fucking inbred, and that's why they were crazy as shit.
So it's not a problem.
It is, because you have crazy kids, and that's why
that's the same thing now, though. But like,
it's
actually illegal now, but it's not illegal back then.
It is illegal.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cersei blew up everybody that was imprisoned her for incest.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, never mind. Anyway, okay.
Don't ship Daenerys and Jon. That's the point.
I'll ship in secret. Anyway, Toy Story 4 dropped a trailer. My thoughts on Toy Story 4, it's unnecessary. So, the trailer did nothing for me. It was cute, but like, it was not needed. The plot, I don't care for it. I'm probably still gonna watch it, but like, this movie did not need to exist. Toy Story 3 had such nice closure. It made me cry. It makes me cry every time I see it. This movie is just like, why the fuck are y'all? This is like me getting back with my ex who I like cried so much over. Like, why are you back? Why are you taking that toxic person back? That doesn't make any sense. Also, I don't have a toxic ex, so no relation here. But it's just like, it's not needed. We don't need another Toy Story movie. We have closure. Stop it. Find new movie ideas.
Yeah, like, I'm definitely gonna watch it, but I also don't see the point in this movie because, yeah, there was closure. Also, I don't know. I'm just like, what's the point, really? He gets lost again?
There's a spork that's a toy and doesn't want to be a toy.
Yeah, that's
but Andy's like, you have to be a toy. The kids need you.
That's a very strange idea, too, that, like, a kid can just make something sentient.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I'm gonna watch it, don't know if I'll like it.
I don't think I'll like it.
You know,
but I feel like this is setting them up for even more movies, and they don't need more movies. Stop. Anything. Stranger Things also had a trailer come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there also wasn't really much there. There's another monster. Surprise, surprise. They all look cute. I love everyone's outfits in the trailers.
I don't like Eleven's.
Okay, she didn't like Eleven's, but I liked everyone's outfits.
Everyone else, though. Also didn't like Nancy's dress whenever she's sitting in that chair. But, like, her mall outfit was good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, it just looks like more Stranger Things, so I'm excited.
Yes.
It looks like they dropped the freaking thing with 8 and all those other...
Oh, yeah.
So, which I'm excited about, because I did not like that subplot at all. I'm like, stop this, just get back to the kids we know. Get back to more possessed Will. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
No, I want Will to be happy finally, so let's not possess Will. Let's let Will have a happy life this one season, please.
There's a theory that monster thing at the end is Will.
Stop, no, Will. My baby, I want him to be okay. I think that's all for trailers. We can also talk about our brief review of The Umbrella Academy since we both watched it.
Yeah.
And get into news.
Yeah, what do you think about this series?
I love The Umbrella Academy, and I'm excited for season 2.
Which is not confirmed.
Which is... Are you sure?
Yep.
Well, if Netflix doesn't give it a season 2, I'll fight everyone, because Netflix is making very stupid decisions. I'll be like, why the fuck does 13 Reasons have a 3rd season and not fucking Umbrella Academy? Anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like so-so on this series. There's a lot of things I really enjoy, like Five's story with the weird time travel stuff, and he's like a grown man stuck in a kid's body. That kid's a really good actor.
His name Aiden Gallagher or something like that?
Somebody give him some awards. Really, like, honestly.
He went from Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn to fucking playing on this show. I said, nice blow up.
Yeah.
And he's only like 13, 14.
He's 15 in real life.
He's a child, whatever. He's good. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the future.
Yeah. And,
we both also like Klaus and Ben.
Yeah, Klaus, Ben was interesting, even though he wasn't there that much. I was like, I want to see weird tentacle boy.
Ben was cute, also.
Ben was cute. Not gonna lie.
Country boy.
He was fun. Yeah, like a little part, like the most you kind of see of him as a child was whenever he was like they were in the bank trying to stop the robbers, and he was like, do I have to? And they're like, yes. And they like turn into a tentacle monster and like kills all those people. Yeah, it comes out just covered in blood. He's like, can we go home now?
Yeah, Ben was such a cutie.
Yeah, he was an interesting character, but instead of focusing on him, they focused on boring ass people.
Yeah. Also, Klaus's whole adventure in Vietnam was like, okay.
I was like, is this relevant to the plot? It's not.
It's really not.
Overarching themes? None.
Also, my man said to have the love of his life die in that, so I didn't need that. I didn't need Klaus to be sad.
Dude, he was already
sadder than he was already.
He was already a drug addict.
Yeah, I didn't need his life to get worse.
Oh god. Did Ben go to Vietnam with him?
That's a great question. I think he was in some scenes, like, talking. Mm-hmm. I feel like he appeared in one of the flashbacks. I'm not sure. But probably.
Can a ghost time travel? Because he's already dead. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Let me stop thinking about it. Anyway,
we both also like Diego.
Yeah, Diego was cool.
He kicked ass.
Yeah, I like whenever Hazel showed up to sort of make amends with Five. And then Diego just shows up and just starts beating him. I'm like, yeah.
And then Five is like, I draw the line at fighting. Like, wow, thanks.
Yeah.
If only he hadn't bitten me, I probably would be dead right now. Mm-hmm. I don't like Luther or Vanya. Allison, I'm indifferent about, but she's played by Emmy Raver, and I love Emmy Raver, so yay.
Yeah, Luther was kind of, I was like, boy, if you don't, I just
I'm a safe space.
I'm #1. Get out.
I'm the leader. I'm a monkey boy.
Vanya, I was like, why are you so easily manipulated? Like, excuse me.
Also, we were both confused with her costume choice because, like, I thought she was gonna be lesbian.
Yeah, like,
the way she was dressing.
Because in real life, Ellen Page is a lesbian.
Yeah.
So I thought, like, whenever frickin' Leonard showed up, like, it was kind of like there's gonna be a scene where she's like, "Oh, sorry, like I'm actually gay," but that didn't happen. And I was like, "Oh, like I guess."
Okay, but she's still dressing like that. Okay. Anyways,
that whole thing, and then where she fucking blew up the moon, that was hilarious. First of all,
they were like, "Yeah, we did it! Oh shit, we caused it!"
Wow. And then they all time travel to the future, but they show up as kids or something. See, that ending, I feel like I worked so hard to get to the end of the series, and then it was like...
This is why they have to have a season 2.
And yeah.
I refuse to have another Netflix show end on a cliffhanger. I will literally drive up to their headquarters and fight every single person.
Yeah, so that was... The ending, yeah, I don't know. Overall... There's a lot of stuff I like in the show, but it can be messy at sometimes. There's a lot of characters, a lot of, like, different plot lines. I'm like, just clean it up a little bit. Could have just been the 5 show, basically.
I'm down for more 5 shows.
Yeah, because he had all the answers. Like, not all the answers. Like, everything that was important connected directly to him. So, yeah. Also, more Ben.
Yes, more Ben. Bring Ben back to life. Also, more Ben backstory. Like, I want to know how he died.
Yes.
I need more. I need more Ben.
If you're a tentacle monster, how do you get killed? Maybe like a car accident, but that's lame.
You die in a car accident, you're lame. Anyways, in pop culture news, James Gunn was rehired as the director of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. How do we feel?
I think this is bad because, yeah, I think he should be investigated. For one, because those jokes, there's a lot of them. Okay, and it was like, you know, just do it. Just investigate him. I feel like you have probable cause, you know. Yes, I think this is an L for victims of sexual assault and pedophilia. Just leave him fired. I was like, it's not worth it to rehire him, to me, you know. I feel like the cons outweigh the pros in this situation. Because worst case scenario, you rehired a pedophile. Yeah. Best case scenario,
he's just
a douche.
He just doesn't know where to draw the line with jokes.
Yeah.
I agree, but like I also just wanted the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie to come out, so I'm glad it's back in production.
They were gonna use a script anyway. Like I would have been.
Oh really?
Yeah, they were gonna use a script and just get a different director.
Oh okay, well I don't know.
Because like what the thing happens like with studios, like they'll buy a script. I mean, but you can also have a contract where it's like I'm gonna direct this, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Next. Also, he's written and directing. I can't talk.
Suicide Squad 2?
Yes. Dumb. I'm not gonna watch it.
I didn't like the first one, so...
It's a reboot. DC's a struggle bus.
No, I'm saying I didn't like the first Suicide Squad movie.
But it's a reboot, it's not a sequel. So it's really? Like, yeah.
They're trying to redo it?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, there's new characters.
Oh, okay.
But Harley Quinn's still there.
Okay, whatever. J.K. Rowling was being her wild self as usual and tweeted that Grindelwald and Dumbledore definitely had sex.
Well, it's like, why would you withhold this information till now when everyone theorized this?
I'm just tired of her coming out and saying things that we don't need to know. Next, she's gonna be like, Doby has a foot fetish. And be like, okay.
What? I feel like at this point, J.K. Rowling with freaking Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald was a mess.
We don't talk about that.
It was a mess, and I feel like somebody should kind of be taking the reins from here. Like J.K. can be a contributing idea person, but somebody who knows how to structure like a film should be writing it, because she wrote the screenplay for Crimes of Grindelwald. And I'm like, you know, maybe being an author ain't the same thing as screenwriting. Also, maybe don't break the rules of your own freaking universe in your movie. Okay. Yes.
I think last but not least, just the other day, all the Marvel actors were tweeting like 1 month until Infinity War, and they all had posters for their character, just saying like "Avenge the Fallen." Some of the posters were in color, some of them were black and white. These posters revealed to us that Shuri is in fact dead. I'm a little mad about that because I feel like if she was going to die in Infinity War, she deserved an on-screen death, not an off-screen death. Good news though, Valkyrie is going to be in Endgame, so I'm very excited to see that. Oh, we never talked about the Endgame clip, did we?
I think we did.
Or the new
oh,
trailer.
we didn't talk about Endgame.
Yeah, there was a new Endgame trailer as well before these posters dropped. That showed that Tony is on Earth and alive. I'm kind of mad that they revealed that because, like,
Might not be Tony. It might not be now Tony. Might be past Tony.
but it was them in their like new like.
Might be pulled out the past Tony.
Okay. Nebula was there too.
Be now Nebula with the past Tony. They could all be from different friggin' time periods. I don't know. They could have also just CGI'd his ass into that scene.
Thor and Carol are gonna be friends. Yay.
Who would want to fight Thor? Never mind. Okay.
But he was like, I like this one. And she was just like, so
I'm relaxing.
So make some powerful babies, thanks. I don't know what else from the trailer.
We're talking about. Oh, hold on a second. My like. Yeah, the post-credit scene.
And the trailer.
And the trailer. Yeah. So in the post-credit scene of Captain Marvel, it looks like it's just a clip from Endgame. So like they're like they have the little beeper thing that Nick Fury, the pager that he left on the ground, and then like it's been beeping. It looks like for a couple days at least or something, and it stops beeping. Years. Her hair is still the same.
Oh, okay.
Black Widow's hair is still the same. Yeah, and then it stops beeping, and you're like, I want to know who it like is or whatever. And then like immediately Captain Marvel shows up. Like Natasha turns around, and she's just there.
Like where's Fury?
Yeah. So that implies that she flew from like some other galaxy in like a matter of seconds, which lines up with her ability to fly at light speed. But I thought that was like cool.
Mm-hmm.
It was a subtle way to show it. She's like, I'm here. What's good?
Yeah. And then the trailer, I just want the movie to come out.
That trailer, like, it didn't show anything. Oh, it did show something new. It showed Tony and Nebula. Yeah. What else did it? Thor likes Captain Marvel. She's got on lipstick. For some reason. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Natasha's hair is red again.
Yeah. So I think this movie is gonna take several years. But I don't know what's happening. I don't understand. I don't have any theories. I had theories going into...
My theory is Ant-Man's gonna go in Thanos' butt and then go back big.
Okay.
That's what people on Twitter are joking.
I've heard a more realistic... I've heard that one too. This isn't even more realistic, but they're like, why doesn't he just blow up his nose and blow his head up?
Oh yeah, because he knows to go for that.
Yeah. But,
and then Goose is gonna pop out and finish the job.
Yeah, Goose is gonna eat the gauntlet.
Yeah.
Who should keep the gauntlet? Because obviously, Asgardians didn't have it, did they? They didn't even have it. The Asgardians should probably keep it.
They should melt the shit down.
The stones?
Yeah.
What if like reality breaks whenever you do that? If you destroy them? Because they control different elements of the universe, you know?
What does reality breaking entail?
I'm saying if you destroy all the stones, like what if the universe like collapses?
Well then, Ragnarok.
Okay.
For the whole universe.
Okay. Yeah. Alright, so you got any other closing remarks? I feel like I'm pretty negative on a lot of things, but I do enjoy analyzing them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. My mom, the other day, she was like, you really know how to rip people a new one, and I was like, yes, whoops. So, I don't know. That's my comments about my retrospective comments for today.
I'm more positive person. I'm just like, yeah, it was all good.
Mm-hmm.
There's some improvements that could be made, but it's all good. I enjoy it. I'm entertained. I get happy until y'all pull movies from me.
Okay. Alright, well, thanks for listening. We will see you guys next month when
After Endgame.
after Endgame, after Shazam.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah, Shazam is also coming out, but like after these last few DC movies, I'm not so excited for it anymore.
I'm still excited for. I mean, like I was excited. I wasn't excited about Aquaman actually. So I'm actually excited about this one. I like Jack Dylan Grazer.
Apparently, Amber Heard lied about Johnny Depp now. But we won't get into that. Just know that
We can get into it next time. Cause Shazam, DC, I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But yeah.
Because maybe it'll be like another twist.
My apologies to Johnny Depp for now. Even though I never canceled him because I did go see Grindelwald. But like, I was like, I mean, he is apparently an abuser, so whatever. But I never like turned my back on him or canceled him. But I was still like, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Let's end on a positive note. What's the happy thing to say? Captain Marvel was good. You should see it.
UNC's in the Sweet 16. Hopefully we win the Natty.
Alright, thanks for listening. See y'all later. Bye.
Bye.